There it is. And we're on, I think. Yes. So what are we doing in this session? I'm just playing bits of the thing I've just kind of moved to done. So yeah, I did finish that again. Haha. I did. That's what it is. I keep changing it. Well, this always happens when I'm finishing tunes. I guess there's still a bit of room to play. Moving things around, trying different things with what's there in order to find something that fits better than what's there. Like what's there, could be its own thing, and I could instead just finish it at that point and spend the rest of that time, which could be half the total time, just starting a completely new tune and doing that. But some tunes you kind of get attached, you start getting attached to them, and you want to see what it can be. You want to see how, the idea is good, but you want to execute it to like not just the best of your ability and using all your skills, because some of your skills you forget a little bit, so you have to spend some time on it to remember that you do have those skills and to actually try them out. And then again, that's more time just trying things out. But sometimes you also get new skills while on top of it all, that you and actually experiment and do things you haven't done before, either engineering wise or even musical wise, and that's what's happened. So even though I have a system, the system is really solid and works to start tunes. Right, matey. Matthew, Matai. I've forgotten how to say it again. It's that bit's really solid, like starting loads of music, like generating a large quantity of music so that you finish, so you've got more good stuff to finish. But where it gets blurry and a bit less sequential, like where there's like an order to follow to complete something, is near the end of when you're trying to get it finished. It all goes a bit like I'm just trying to mix the track, but sometimes a mixing problem occurs and it's the bass, and it turns out I can't just EQ this, I have to change the bass, and then oh look, this would actually sound funky with an extra note here and this note taken away there. So you then taking a step back into playing around mode, and that's what I mean. You can try and engineer something, but then it's music. So I think those artistic decisions override the engineering decisions at any point. It can happen at any time. It's just with this system, what you're trying to do is, especially at the start, is don't mix or edit at the very beginning when you start and spending 20 minutes creating a tune. Of just start the tune, set a timer, whatever you've done, bounce it, and don't look at it again for a week. And that's the practice. And that's the thing you repeat over and over again, just starting tunes. And that gets you really good. That's the most important bit of the whole process, but you have to do a large quantity of it. But then what comes later with the tunes that are good are like yeah, there's a lot of back and forth between editor and mixing engineering, and going back to playing around with what's there. Sometimes there's improvements to be made. On YouTube, hello Sixstar, how are you doing? Good to see you. How many layers of sounds is relatively used in drum and bass? Extinct as blocks. Loads. I mean, like, so drum and bass is traditionally like sampling like other records. So it depends. Yeah, it depends what style as well. Because if you're making jungle, you're sampling other records, and there's that. What makes those records sound so good is that they're from pieces of music that have already been released and signed by big labels, and been bought thousands and thousands of times. So there's like already rich textures from analog recording and amazing musicians. But modern D&B, like, I mean, the track that I've just made, I don't know, there might be like 10 layers or something. Tinkle, here it is. Because there's lots of basses. Pretty much all my basses have 2 layers. I start with, when I start a tune, I just start with bass sound. I'm making bass sounds, but then when I mix, I high pass all the basses. Pretty much most of the time when I'm mixing a tune, high pass all the basses, and put just a simple sine wave. So you have a very clean low end. So that's 2 layers. Sometimes my basses it's rare that they get 3 layers. But for pads and textures and intros, I think that's where you want more layers. That's where you don't just want them for the sake of more layers, but you kind of want, you might have a drum build, it could be snares or kick build, a riser or a melodic riser, and a noise riser as well, and whatever's still playing, and then maybe a vocal hit to help with the build, to help increase the tension. And then right before the drop, you mute almost all of it, not every time. Do a little drum break, do a little drum roll, and then drop the tune. And the tune could just be like 3 elements, just bass, kick, just bass and drums, even just 2 elements. You might have like 3 layers of drums, but because you're going from all that busy like multiple layers down to like drums and bass, that's what gives it the dramatic like different. And when things are taken away, it's like quite a dramatic effect. That's why we all love D&B, because it does stuff like that. It doesn't always do stuff like that though, does it? If you've heard of Chime, I like Chime's latest tune. It's like a D&B tune, but it just kind of like slowly builds. It doesn't have a drop. It just like from the moment you play it, it starts off like a D&B tune, but then just keeps going and just slowly build. I've heard a few tunes. There's not many tunes out there like that. It's a bit underrated, really, because it is. I've been to, you know, clubs where DJs have been playing that kind of stuff, and you don't really notice it. You know, it's pounding away, and there's some bass lines going on, but you've just got there. It's early. You're still warming up as a punter. But yeah, they're like growers. They're like that. It's the perfect thing to play when you first get there. I don't know. Yeah. Because you're not quite ready to go raving your face off. So it's a good thing to play at the start of a night, I think. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. How you doing, Max? Just sent a demo. Oh, to feedback. Oh, I was meant to look at that before I came online, but then I thought if I do, I won't have time. So I might have to look tomorrow. Alright, boo. This is what I've just been working on, actually. I don't know if you heard this last time. Hello. Thanks for following XD Vlogs. Bit of a doubly wobbly second block. You know, bass variation. It's the same LFO shape as that, but the phase is moved by like 180, so it does this other bit that you wouldn't hear. So you're just doing a bit of work on the Poly D. Nice. Recording analog stuff into the digital realm to make it sound better. To make the digital realm needs feeding weird things, so analog is good. LH, you just broke my neck. Yes, LH. Sorry. I'm really happy with this one. The only thing I'm unsure about is it's mad really, because it's quite often the other way around, but is the actual the balance between the highs and the everything. Which is why I should see a mastering engineer. It's because I can't trust my own ears at this point. But I'm happy with the way it goes, the build. Yeah. So I wanted to do just a quick, like a whole new template again. Preview of the whole. did I leave out the kick triggers? Because if I did, then oh, that's obviously not going to sound as good, is it? My bounce the last bounce that I did. Maybe that's what I forgot to do. Or maybe I've just, you know, if you'd accidentally press F4, it's going to turn it off. So, oh no, wait, a kick trigger would still work if that was turned off, though, right? I think it would, because it's like yeah, it still works, so it doesn't matter if it's muted. It still transmits MIDI. Yeah, Max. If it wasn't for you, you connected. You put dog. I thought it was your tune. I thought it was like yours and Dog Hearts' tune. So, but yeah, you. If it wasn't for you, mate, you hooked us up for me to do a remix. That was great. I can't wait. Yeah, it's coming out on Thursday. It might be the first remix that I've ever done that's ever been released so far. I've done 2 recently, but they take me a long time. And this one I've done for JoJo is it's like a 142 garage tune, and I just keep thinking all the sounds are just too far out, but don't know. You can tell it's a remix. Cheers, mate. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Right, so now I'm gonna go back to open. Go to split VAC. Was the VAC the last one I did? I don't know which one it is. Where is it? VAC. Whoop. Oh right, there's nothing in there. What is it then? I'm gonna load it up. Camera's off on TikTok. Oh dear. Oh no, it's done that. Do you know what? I keep forgetting to do that. I need to turn off something in there. I don't know how to do it. Wonder how long that's been off for. Thanks. Can you pull the project up for the remix? You want to see the file? It's working again. Yeah. The remix file. Max. So there it is. Let's close that. Go in here. 19 days ago. That's how long it's been already. Wow. Since I finished. Well, yeah, since I finished it. I think it's loading. No, it's not loading. See how long we can get until the baby starts crying. I moved my setup around so slightly. You probably wouldn't, if I took a picture of it, you probably wouldn't notice. The microphone is now like not in a ridiculous place anymore. I couldn't see both screens. Like one of the screens was always covered by a mic stand, and there's another one in the way now. Just move it a bit, but it's still in the way. Yeah, and I've moved it so it's in between 2 monitors now, and it's like coming out of in between the 2 monitors. How I had it before was insane. It was like I had to keep moving it, and I couldn't lean on the desk like this. I was always leaning on this arm, doing one side of my backing instead of the other. You know, when you just kind of balance it out. So now I can go like this. The mic isn't as close anymore, but it still works. So yeah, I kept the bounce at the top of the original as well in case I needed to listen to it, but that's muted. It's the drums. It took a while, you know, to order it in a way. I figured out that there's these ones which are like stems of the group. So there's like a drum group, the entire drum group has got its own stem, as well as individuals, which is really good. This is like like I think you're doing stems how they should be done, because even though there's fucking loads of them and you got to sort them out, this is what I want. I want all the sounds it's individually, so I always thought it would have been easier to do it like that option now, where it's just, you know, a drums stem and a vocals, a synth melody stem, and, you know, bass and effect stems. But it turns out, as you can see by this chopping here, there are bits of drums sounds and sound effects that I wanted to tweak individually. So it's really good. It's a big file, but I wouldn't expect any less, really. Yeah, no, it's really good. Oh yeah, like the synth melody stuff. To get this to go on time, I had to chop it kick 2 kick. Nice one away. This took a few months. This is a remix I've done for my computer's grinding. Oops. Silver dresses. Nice one. I can only assume that means one thing. I have no idea what you're talking about. Tresses. That, yeah, and that so, like, you gotta love a good bell tree, right? I mean, that just adds. I just never would have thought of that. Like, I've never, you know, I've got a tune, a really old tune with a bell tree in it, but bell trees are brilliant. Like, the best tunes have bell trees in, so that's why I loved working with this, because it's got bells in it. It might even have a few whistles somewhere, but it's definitely got bells. It's just something. It's only once, isn't it? That brilliant. Okay. So yeah, I really enjoy working on this. This is like a remix that I did for Dog Hearts, and it's out on Thursday. The original was out yesterday. You can see that on Instagram. But yeah, my remix is out Thursday, and it's gonna be fucking mad. Like, it's the first one. Okay, let's go on to the group, shall we? The what do you call it? Oh my gosh, right. I've not looked at this for 2 days. Oh. Right. Maybe I did. Oh no, I did. Dog Hearts is actually posted in general, which I should be doing, shouldn't I? Because I'm like, I've got a release coming up. Yeah, right. Anyway, I'll read that later. I'll go to feedback and play.
Yeah, this one's for Yes Bro Cartel. I sold acid, but I'm not a Batman villain. It was never gonna take the edge off, take your head off. If you're a bellend, back at my house on the road with a ball like Ellen. If we're taking turns, never let me go first or second. I never wanna waste any time. Nan said don't waste anything precious. I was relaxed until it went sideways. Got a call and I picked up quick, and I never really do that though. Had a gut feeling that all gone sideways. Had a couple of the people in my life, I covered them all up on my life on MySpace. Old school like MySpace. If I died, they would have said, why, what a waste. Why would a waste? Time to get in your mind in space. To get in your waste of space. Flow is tricky just like Bill Gates. Flow is tricky like Terminator. Know what you're doing like Akinator. Head just like a space raider. I know you're Judas, another traitor. Don't ever ask for a lens. Don't be stupid.
This is
Anybody buys you might make a few friends. Anybody buys you might get your dick wet.
Yes, bro.
Anybody buys you might make a couple friends. Anybody buys you might make a few friends. Anybody buys you that anybody buys you that anybody buys you. Don't ever ask for a lens. Get in your car, get on the Uber. Anybody buys you might make a few friends. Anybody buys you might get a new car. Anybody buys you might get 5 stars. Anybody buys you might get to go far. Anybody buys you that anybody buys you that anybody buys you might get 5 stars. Anybody buys you might. Recently I don't know what I've been thinking. I've been thinking about when I was little. I've been thinking about Rose and Thistle. I've been thinking about a river called Ribble. Recently I don't know what I've been thinking. I've been thinking about when I wasn't listened to. I've been thinking about when I was pressing. I've been thinking about when I wasn't listening. Recently I don't know what I've been thinking. I've been thinking about when I was pissed off. I've been thinking about when I was crisscrossed. I was thinking about that time that I was so lost, and I lost so much time. I had to basically defrost. Recently I don't know what I've been thinking. I kind of realised that I'd always been passage. Or give me a bar like Staffy. I felt like a bastard. I was in the gram to be granted. Shout out to my boys that are friendly.
Wicked, mate. It's mad, like I can't normally follow heavy lyric stuff. I can more now. Now I'm like, my language skills are better than they used to be. Like, it took a long time to develop. But that's great. I heard all that. That was really good. River Ribble, yeah. Is it in Chorley? Doesn't it run through Manchester, doesn't it? Like, doesn't it run through the centre of Manchester? But yeah, say that's 6-star. Yes, Bro Cartel. So, you're in Salford, aren't you? But I heard you mention Tap House and oh, what's the other one? The other one, Mansion. I assume that's the one on what's it used to be called? That like Holland name, Mansion. You're from Chorley, right? Yeah, that's cool. That nice. Yeah, and I like what you're doing with your voice. And you did that thing. You did that thing. That same lyric. Is it the same lyric I heard you the day that I'm thinking about?
Might get 5 stars. Anybody rash might get to go far. But them all on my life on MySpace. Old school like MySpace. If I died, they would have said, why, what a waste. Why would a waste? Time to get in your mind in space. Time to get in your way. Anybody rash might get 5 stars. Anybody rash might get to go far. Anybody rash, yeah, anybody rash, yeah, anybody rash might get 5 stars. Anybody rash, like, recently I don't know what I've been thinking.
I don't know what I've been thinking. I'm sure I heard that. Either it's this tune or you did that on another one a few times. I like it. Or was it on the demo video that you did? It's great. Oh, it's your brother. Nice. So you're on the production and he's on the MC. I see. So I've not heard you that then. Have I not heard you? Anyway, really good. Yeah, love it. I won't play that online unless Sunistar. It's Santistar is here. Right, hide that. So, which plugin was used for the melody? Right. Jano asks what the instrument you used for the melody. Oh, it's a bit of analog. Nice. Is it analog, that one? What is this? I remember now making this, but it didn't have. I didn't even bounce it because hardware. I don't do. I would get the only hardware I get now is a computer with as fast as processor as possible, with for the money, for the budget, whatever the budget is, and do it all digitally. Because it depends. It depends. It's just I took that path because I used to have a room full of equipment, and then I had to sell it, and I kept moving around from place to place. So I could only really take my computer after a while. It was a crazy journey, but yeah, it's good just having a computer because it can do like as long as it's fast enough processing, it can do everything. Like, but obviously it can't get that like analog synth sound. Sometimes quite hard to emulate depending on what you're doing. But you know, like, you know, even if you're just making, if you're making D&B, you know, it's nice to have an analog synth, but it's not essential. It really, you can make D&B that is destroys the dance floor, and you don't need to. It could all be done inside the computer. So I think it's a source for inspiration having outboard analog stuff. So yeah, YBK on SoundCloud. Rabbit hole, nostrils and co. I feel like I've got really itchy nostrils right now. I don't know why. It's because I'm talking and my nose is going bzzz. It's that time of year. There's like loads of pollen. Weird production. Lo-fi death grips. Moog, Subfire. I think what I would, if I had an analog synth, I would be doing like, I would use it to help me do intros. I think I've got basses. My basses I prefer to do that in a Serum 2. I've got Serum 2 down, like, or Serum, now Serum 2. I've got it down, I've got like, I kind of know how to get the sound I want. But for like pads and kind of making atmospheres and stuff, I think an external, you know, one way you can turn knobs and get different textures just by turning the knob a tiny, like a really tiny amount. So yeah, I would definitely spanning. Although they do have, you know, Behringer have done like rip-offs of every classic synth, haven't they? Every classic analog synth, like a cheap version. Terry Bolton dropping government names. Adam Exley. Government names. Grade 8 guitar, oh my gosh. Wow. Right. I'm going to try and just write a melody to this because I obviously didn't finish last time. Or I probably got distracted. Because it always happens when I'm doing live streams. Sometimes I just talk and it's like just a chat room. Take a guitar. I'm actually, yeah, I won't do that now, but I will. Everyone else should go check out Terry Bolton and Adam Exley. Oh my gosh, right. I'm not fucking, that's nearly half one already. What happened? Anyway, right, I'm going to quickly just write a melody line to this before I've got to go. And I'm going to do it with some kind of tonal percussion. How do you find tonal percussion in a sample library? That is a good question. Oh my gosh, my eyes are already starting to hurt. See, I worked on that tune that I started this live stream with before I came online, and that was like 2 hours of mixing and discovery and improving what was there. And it's in like its third main like variation of the entire tune. Is like there's like 3 distinct ones. The original one, the one where I tried to fix some of the things in the original, which needed fixing to be fair, because the bass was a bit weird. But I played it in the club. I played it the night I was DJing on in February, and it sounded good. It sounded okay, but not good enough to release in my sort of opinion. Whether that's and you know, and a fucked up opinion or not remains to be seen. But I want to release it, and I want it to be at a certain level. I know what it is in my head, but to list all the things that tick boxes, it's doable, but not on the live stream. I haven't got time. Serum is amazing. I've seen lots of like tear out basses made with just chucking percussion sound into the spectral sampler. All you need is just one like ding. Actually, I know I did try bells, but bells aren't that great because bells are often like tune that they don't always play very well melodically because they've got lots of harmonics. Do you know what I mean? Fucking hell, I've got to go into my. I'm gonna have to use EXO because I can't. So we're going to EXO to find some samples that I like.
Let's get moving.
Should just put a random. Can I do this? Oh yeah, there you go. Well, the only trouble with the mic being here, it is suspended, it's like not touching it. But the keyboard sound is fucking loud. Yeah, that's the only trouble. Well, it's the mic, because the mic's half the distance. No, it's twice the distance away than it was. So that's like a drop in level times 4. The inverse square law. And so that's why my keyboard probably sounds 4 times louder. Testing. See, that's like half the distance. Easy keg one. What are we making? I sometimes start with presets, but more often than not, I start with in it, or I'd sometimes go into one of my own saved basses and just like, because I've kind of started to cover the archetypes of drum and bass basses and maybe a bit of like some dubstep ones as well. Some of them. I really would love to do a comprehensive making out of and categorizing of like all the different main types of basses in dance music, but it would just take me too much time, and that's the time I could be at just making tunes and having shit all over the place that's totally disorganized. So when I want to use the same sound again, I'm like trying to find it. Really do need to improve that one. HD25s, yes, cake one, well spotted. So many, there are so many. It's long. That's sounds like he's talking from experience there. Right, let's use this. Let's put a wavetable. Let's go. Default shapes and go and put it up. Oops. be doing anything. Why AC25s for reference? It's better than the last set of headphones I had. Yeah, no, I got these because all my DJ acquaintances were using them, and I was using a Sennheiser, like just like these mad cheap ones. I swore, but I was really happy with the really cheap ones until I heard beats coming through AC25. I was like, those like snare transients are really, really loud and clear. And I was like, I have to get some. So I got them, forced myself to use them instead of speakers, and it's been a while now. It's been a few years. I don't know. They were 19 quid new when I got them. These were like 70 or 80 or whatever they are. But yeah, I would love to try some open back. I would love to have a pair of open backs just for mixing and mastering. And yeah, maybe some other type of closed back, like another nice. What do you use? Keg one for reference. For mixing. Vocals, 6.5-inch monitors, front facing subs. Nice. That's all I can do with that sound. Suppose QC35's not ideal, okay. Fucking hell, not cheap either though. Bose, see, I would trust Bose. I bet the Bose one sounds better than these that I've got, but maybe it's the trouble with all closed back headphones is that you can't trust the bass. The consumer ones, right? Frequency response, yeah. Yeah, like these, I love how you can hear like low frequencies, but there are some frequencies like around the kick area that are quite hard to tell how loud it is. And when I'm mixing these, it's taking me a long time to mix the kicks, and I'm looking at spectrographs a lot, like to help, and then playing in the car, using different systems. It's mad how sometimes kicks sound okay in the car and on these headphones, but they're not on this cheap USB DAB radio with just one tiny little shit speaker on it. Yeah. Nowhere near flat. Retract the low frequencies to our mixing mono, yeah. Not mix. Kind of, I make tunes in mono. I have to have one ear open in this situation because I've got to listen out for the baby monitor. But this is kind of how I've mixed on headphones quite a long time. It's like mainly on one ear. From doing what's it called, like D&B, it's like I've kind of understood for a while that you probably want to do it all in mono But then when you do it all in mono, I don't know, you have loads of control over it. It's going to sound great in a club, right? But obviously, you do want to make things wide because half the time people are listening to it in headphones. So if you've got a fully mono mix, it's going to sound not as fun as it could be in the stereo field. So, and there are some sounds that can go stereo without ruining the sort of club integrity. So it's choosing which ones and when to have them stereo and stuff. So that's kind of how I do it. But it is like, sometimes I get to the end of my mixing session and I think, it's pretty much done now. And then I listen to it with the two headphones on and I go, fuck, like that's just sounds really like there's no space in it at all because it's pretty most of the sounds are mono. So yeah, then I have to go back in and either create like double track like the mid bass and just alter one of the duplicate the mid bass, pan one left, pan one right, but just alter the wave in some way, just change the filler or there's lots of different ways of doing it. Just create a slight difference between the two. And you seem to as well, Kegwan. You know what you're on about. It is, yeah. I feel like I'm not that experienced with, I've been doing it a long time, but stereo mixing, yeah. And you see different producers, talking about different concepts about stereo mixing, like creating a space, like so rather than just like different spaces, it's like all one space. I mean, this might work for bands, and if it's all organic instruments, real instruments, then you probably do want it to sound like it's in one space. But when you're making dance music, I don't think it matters as much. But I do like the idea of using the stereo field to help certain parts of the tune like become immersive, but then when the drop comes, go almost full mono, because that's the bit you want. That's the bit that's worked best as mono, done it for cohesion with all the sounds. If they're all coming out of the same speakers, the same fucking signal, that's gonna sound bigger in a club, but small on headphones. But that won't matter because whoever's listening on headphones, as long as they've got some ear candy in stereo, they'll be alright. Reference, yeah. Mix it in mono. It'll sound better in the clubs for sure. See to get lost, few producers go super stereo on AirPods. No way. There's some mystery tunes out there, right? So there's when I've been looking for D&B tunes to play in a set, I've gone through like Juno download and I just go and listen to those stuff and there was this. I think it's happened more than once. Was this one tune? It sounds like it's mono, right? But it sounds like it's like there's like they put a psychoacoustic effect on it, because it sounded like it was slightly in front of you or behind you. And I was like, looking at the spectrum just to check my ears and I'm not playing tricks on myself. The sine wave's still there. It still sounded. I couldn't mono the signal. I should have something to mono the signal, shouldn't I, to say? But it sounded like it would work in mono as well. But there's this just extra thing going on, and it sounds like it's stereo. It was really weird. I don't know if they've used like a psychoacoustic effect to do it. Yeah, it sounded like it wasn't just a mono signal in my ears. It sounded like it was slightly stereo in some way, and I can't describe it because it sounded like it was down the middle. whether that was behind or above or below, you know, like, I don't know. It was bizarre. Someone has since recommended me like a psychoacoustics plugin, and I've been using that. I used that the other day actually to instead of just panning something, I put the sound. I think it was a snare actually, just a snare that was temporarily playing in the track, and I just wanted to do something interesting with it because it didn't have to be a completely in phase or in stereo mono snare. So I put it through this this thing that like a spatial panner. I think it's spatial. That was really good because it kind of moved it around for you, didn't it? Spatial. No, I cannot remember what it's called. I'd struggle to find it on here. Direct. No, I'm not going to find it right now. The usual suspects. Oh, here's my guy who recommended it. So that's, I can't find it. Spectral Gate, yeah. Spectral Gate's interesting. Oh, you want to get on Plug Data. Plug Data is amazing. Let's put... Right, I'm going to save this. What's going on? Best to have versions. Yeah. 2 versions. Yeah. 2 versions to play in the car, get back to back to see what the difference is and pick the best one. Boost for front. That would, yeah, that's what it sounded like. That's exactly what. So there's the psychoacoustic way. There's a way of making a sound do that though, to make it sound like. There must have been, maybe it was like a reflection. Maybe there were like just really subtle reflections, and maybe it was only in like an hour or a band. So it sounded like there was, the monitors were bouncing off 2 walls and then going into your head. And for each speaker as well, bouncing off each wall. And just that little tiny reflection kind of gave this subtle, like it was in a different position. But obviously that would, adding reflections in to the entire master bus would be, you're going to get what do you call it, like that sort of like echo sound on the hi-hats. You would hear it if it was in mono, if it was summed into mono, or if you just heard one channel you might hear it as well. Yeah, Spectral Gate. So that Spectral Gate isn't actually, oh yeah, there it is. Halo 3D Pan. Halo. It's free. Spatialization. Does that sound more than it's just panned? know. I've not done any tests. Anyway, this is good, but what I would like is a panning. They do exist, but you've got to pay for it. That basically as a positioner, so that it'll be. You can do this with a line delay, where you're adding a slight, like 3 millisecond delay, so the sound actually sounds like it's coming from here, and it's taking longer to reach that ear. But all in one plugin, so it's basically a panner, but like a 3-dimensional panner. Obviously that's going to create like doubling issues, but sometimes you do want to make a sound spatial for those headphone users, don't you? How's it going, Jay? Yeah, good, thanks. Ping pong. Spectral. Yeah, so spectral gate. Let's just quickly load spectral gate. If you've not heard spectral gate, be quite interesting. But there's another one called Plug Data, which has like some amazing like Plug Data. Get Plug Data, it's like a VST, and then from within Plug Data you can load like all these mad free sound things. Hi, listening? No, not right now. Sorry, hi, episode no one. No episode no for me adding delay on the master channel. No. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it phases it, doesn't it? It doubles some of your signal, which is just going to make things probably not sound very good for what it would sound good in headphones. Would probably sound terrible in the club and on the phone, or on anything that monos the signal. Which, you know, there are DAB radios that mono the signal. Right. Boom, boom, boom. Right. What are your thoughts on the Chicane and Harris situation? Yeah. I can't tell if my instant judgment of Chicane is that doesn't know. But I mean, copyright lawsuits are like pointless unless you own the means of production, unless you own like a giant record company, and unless you're the thing that's been ripped off is a definite. And Chicane, in his own words, said it's almost identical. They were literally his words. I watched that video that many times. I like looking at things from a legal perspective. It's really interesting. It's always interested in me because I've had a run-in with the law when I was on a protest site, and I was around people constantly who knew the law really well. So yeah, that fascinates me. But the wording, legalese. So yeah, it's funny because, and then I can't work out, is Chicane being for real? I've not seen all this other stuff. Is he like this in real life, or is he just creating like fake beef because it's a video that's going to get loads of views? I don't know what I would I don't know. He's quite late on in his career. Maybe he's just like some fan has said, "Oh, have you heard Kelvin Harris's new thing? It's like it's got your fucking melody in it." And that's just, you need to fucking sue him, and he's just going, oh yeah, and he's listened to it. Yeah, it does sound like mine. That sounds exactly the same, even though it doesn't. So I just think it's just this just crazy. Like, I think if Chicane's for real, he hasn't got a chance. And if he does try and sue, he's going to lose all his fucking money, because it is like, you'll run out of money, I think, before you, unless he represents himself in court. But it's kind of pointless for something that doesn't sound. Someone needs to advise him. Someone needs to legally advise him. A music copyright specialist needs to tell Chicane, you're not going to win this. Like, you might. Oh, yeah, just tell him you're not going to win it. Well, take your money still, but it is. I mean, I don't know. I've not seen any memes built on it yet. I saw Calvin Harris's first reply and just loved that he had this Scottish accent. It just kind of added to the whole thing. Like his surprise in Scottish, that it sounds nothing like it. I forgot just the way he said it. Like, and then I thought, no, it can't be. It's not fake beef. It's not. He really is. Chicane really is trying to say that he copied it. Be good on a bus. Sounds artifacts. It's fucking my phone speaker here. I mean, I would just be like, what would Ronnie Size do? No, what would Ortega do? Keg one. He's basically got a super weak argument. Yeah, he's already fucked up. I mean, if he went into court, the Harris side would just say, you said in your own video it's almost identical. Like, that should be enough to fucking seal the entire fucking thing. It's done. It's not identical. It's almost identical. There's a big difference. As you can do the same to any track. Yeah, I don't know how, and I can't be asked doing it myself either. Like, to see the similarities. It is great though. Great to get views for them both, which always makes me suspicious. But I think it looks like Chicane is genuinely, like, I don't know. I just can't tell what Chicane is. Is he just fucking trolling everyone? Is he just trolling Calvin Harris? Like, he's not that hard. Like, maybe Chicane isn't that bothered, but he's just making out that he is. It's kind of like clever, very clever, if that's what he's doing. 7 seconds of sampling. See that? Even that one, Keg one, the 7 second thing is actually a myth. Like, there's things that have happened since, apparently, that that have happened, yeah, that are kind of fly in the face of that 7 second thing. I think that was one case a long time ago, but things have happened where they can say, you know, this is like James Brown, and we own the master recording, and you've used it and it's copyrighted. So you've used this 1 second, and you can't deny it that it's James Brown in that 1 second. But yeah, I'm still fearful of sampling. I can't send stuff to PRS if I've got a sample in it, because I'm like agreeing to. They collect royalties on my behalf. They haven't really collected any since I've joined, like barely anything. But that's the idea. It's that if something went on national radio, it would get me royalties, but only if I own the rights to use the samples. So I can't. The tunes that I have, the Matrix. See, films is another one. Sampling films. I've got enough drum and bass tunes out there on Spotify, and with samples in it that I haven't cleared. But the idea is that it's underground music. They won't get millions of views on Spotify and make any money. So no one's bothered if they don't make any money. That's always been a way with D&B. But if they did, let's say if I made a tune that did, then you just hand over all the royalties for it. They take 100%, and then your tune is really famous. Guess it doesn't matter much. Okay, this baby. I need to catch these messages on. He's pitch credited it, cherry picked, yeah. Shigenko made a convincing anime, he did. But all the other stuff, he made a very convincing anime. But all the other stuff, it's like, what the fuck? Pitch the chords, yeah. Because it's a different chord, isn't it? It's a similar pattern that the chords follow, but a different chord. It feels different, the sound of it. Catherine's response was crack up, yeah. After Ed Sheeran case, it's hard to now capture into that intellectual property, right? I need to read about the Ed Sheeran case because I can't remember what happened. Oh, I don't know what happened. Bro was livid. He was livid. Loads of people are coming up with new tracks and saying Calvin Harris's new track has copied it. That's brilliant. Nice. What are they doing the thing on screen as well? I should try it. Yeah. So look, listen. That's the exact same hi-hats out from Chicane. Listen. Exact same. Have you seen that guy where he lines it up in Ableton and goes, "Well, they're both blue"? Yeah, I did see that. I did see that one, no way. Yeah. So I have seen one, yeah. Fucking hell. Really? About the second set. Yeah, so it was. I think it was. And then every time I've seen that reference, that 7-second one, there's always someone in the Reddit thread saying, no, that's like, you basically, if you're using copyrighted material, you kind of like done for, but they're probably not going to come after you. I don't know. 100%, yeah. Like Bittersweet Symphony. The strings owned by Rolling Stones. And they take 100% forever. They won't give any of it. Fish 56 Octagon, yes I do, Jake. I don't know him personally, but so far behind on comments. I'm back now, but I might have to go because this baby's whinging. Like, T2 heartbroken. Yes, it is. Oh shit! No, yeah. There was a. What's the story with that? I forgot about that one. Was it some exploitation because she was really young? That's pretty shit, isn't it? Of course she did. I mean, like, you either pay them up front and they don't get a cut, or you do a split. And if you don't do that, you're a cunt, aren't you? Like, no, with a B-Tech. Oh right, no way. Shit. Probably has, hasn't it? Right, it's 2 o'clock now. This is a great discussion. Right, I'm gonna have to read about that. So I've got to read about T2 and I've got to read about the Ed Sheeran case. Carry on making tunes. Well, I've got to go. It is 2 o'clock. And that's bad for me. So I'm gonna have to. I made a tiny bit of progress on this tune. Solely D&B now. D&B Dubstep I've got loads of dubstep that's going to come out this year. It's done. Most of it's done. There's still a few which I'd like to have. I'm sending off 6 tunes to be mastered because I can't trust my ears. I think they sound nice and clear and they tick all my boxes, but I can't trust my ears enough. I don't know. It would be nice to run them past with someone else's ears, even if they say, do you know what, doesn't need anything to do to it. And they might say, one of them, I've just brought the high mids down by like 1 dB. I'm like, yeah, that's all. That'd be great. That'd be ideal. We'll see. Got to plug in. Just keep doing these lives, mate. Thank you. I will. I had a few days break because just mad things happen in this house. I don't get much time, but oh, okay, go on. We don't follow. Do we? Now we follow each other, right? I will keep a look. When do you stream, Kegwan? Right. I'm just gonna bounce this because there isn't any audio bounced, and then I'm gonna go back. There it is. Done. Right, she is crying. Right. I'm gonna go. Yeah, nice Kegwan. I will keep a lookout for you. Take it easy. Take it easy, all. It was nice chatting. You can put tunes in the Discord on link in bio and stuff. Right, thanks Jake, thanks Kegwan. Take it easy.